Imagine if something could enter your body, travel silently through your bloodstream, reach your brain, and begin changing the way you think. Not a science fiction monster, not an alien, a parasite, a real organism that exists right now. An organism capable of altering behavior, manipulating fear, and turning survival instincts against its own host. This is the story of one of nature's strangest creations, a parasite called Toxoplasma gondii. And what it does sounds almost impossible. Toxoplasma gondii is a microscopic parasite. You can't see it, you can't hear it, and in most cases you'd never know it was there. But despite its tiny size, this parasite has infected billions of animals around the world. Its ultimate goal is surprisingly simple: the cat. Because cats are the only place where Toxoplasma can fully reproduce and complete its life cycle. The parasite often ends up inside rats and mice first, and rodents are naturally terrified of cats. So how does the parasite solve that problem? By changing the rodent itself. Scientists made an astonishing discovery. When rats become infected with Toxoplasma gondii, something strange begins to happen. They stop fearing cats. Normally, the smell of cat urine triggers an immediate fear response. Healthy rats avoid it at all costs. Infected rats do the opposite. Some become curious. Others actively approach the scent. It's as if their brains have been rewired. Imagine removing one of the most important survival instincts an animal possesses. That's exactly what this parasite appears to do. The result is devastating. The infected rodent becomes much more likely to be caught and eaten, which is exactly what the parasite wants. Once inside the cat, the parasite can reproduce and continue its life cycle. The rodent dies. The parasite succeeds. How does it do this? For years, scientists struggled to understand how such a tiny organism could influence behavior. Research suggests that Toxoplasma forms cysts within the brain. These cysts may affect regions involved in fear, motivation, and decision-making. Some studies have even suggested links between infection and changes in neurotransmitters, such as dopamine. Dopamine plays a major role in reward, motivation, and behavior. In other words, the parasite may not simply infect the body. It may influence the very chemistry that helps shape behavior itself. The idea sounds terrifying, a microscopic organism influencing the brain from the inside. Yet evidence continues to show that Toxoplasma is far more than an ordinary parasite. What about humans? Here's where the story becomes even more unsettling. Humans can also become infected. In fact, many people around the world carry Toxoplasma without ever realizing it. Most experience no obvious symptoms. The immune system usually keeps the parasite under control. However, scientists have spent years investigating whether infection might subtly influence human behavior. The research remains controversial. Some studies have suggested possible associations with changes in risk-taking behavior, reaction times, or personality traits. But these findings are still being debated. What scientists do agree on is this: Toxoplasma is remarkably successful. It has evolved ways to survive inside the brains of its hosts and manipulate behavior in animals. And that alone makes it one of the most extraordinary parasites on Earth. The natural world is filled with predators, creatures that hunt using claws, venom, speed, or strength. But Toxoplasma gondii chose a different strategy. It doesn't chase, it doesn't fight, it doesn't overpower. Instead, it manipulates from deep inside the body, silently altering behavior to ensure its own survival. A reminder that some of nature's most powerful creatures are also its smallest, and that the greatest mysteries in biology are often hidden where we least expect them.
If you enjoy exploring the darkest mysteries of biology and medicine, subscribe to BioMystery, because science still hides stories stranger than fiction.